A wise man once told me, to make great real estate investments, you either buy by the acre and sell by the square foot, or you buy in the path of development. Stick around today because we're going to talk about one area that fits one of those requirements. It's J-Dub, California investor, Costa Rica lifestyler, and now Delray Beach golf and lifestyle real estate specialist. And today I'm going to embark on a 3 or 4 part video series, and I'm going to be giving you a tour of a neighborhood that is just too large to do it in one video. But before we get into today's video, if you could do me a little favor, go ahead and just scroll up a little bit on your tablet or your smartphone, or maybe you're working on your laptop, I don't know. And over here is the subscribe button. So go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And while you're there, go ahead and smash that bell, because then you'll get notified of other videos that I'm doing on a weekly basis that you might find useful, or you might share with a friend, or I don't know, you might stop by one of those restaurants that I'm interviewing. Who knows what you'll do, but do me a favor, subscribe. Right now, the area is called the West Settlers Historic District. Back in 2016, the city came up with what's called the Set Transformation Plan, and they published a document about what they were going to do to bring development and jobs into the area. It hasn't really stuck yet. A couple years ago on the streets, there were signs called the Set, and it was a really beautiful area, but right now the city is in a little bit of transition. They're not sure how they're going to rebrand it, but there is a clear vision for this area. So let me back up a second and give you some history about this area. West Settlers Historic District is a 993 acre parcel of land. On the west side extends from I-95 to Swinton Avenue, and on the north from Lake Ida Road down to 10th Street on the south side. Almost 1,000 acres. This area was settled back in the late 1800s, I believe 1894, and the area has been constantly changing. There's a couple of people that were very prominent for this area. One of the first guys who came to this area was Mr. George Green. He was a business guy. He was a shipping guy of fruits and vegetables all throughout Florida. The next person was Solomon Spady. He was a teacher who ultimately became a principal in town. And currently today there is the Spady Museum, which is a very integral part in the culture and heritage of Delray Beach. The predominant land use for this 1,000 acre parcel is really single family homes. Currently 19% of Delray Beach's population lives right in this area. 30% of its residents are foreign born. There's exactly 16 churches throughout this area. And some other statistics: there's currently 4 community gardens in the area. There's the Carson community, there's Frog Alley, there's the DB Children Garden, and the Swinton Garden, right on the corner of Swinton and Atlantic Avenue. And inside the settlement area is also 5 parks run and managed by the city of Delray. So what makes the settlement district so interesting today, like I said at the opening of this video, either you buy by the acre and sell by the square foot, or you buy in the path of development. So what's happening today in 2020 is, over the last 10 years, most of the investment that was happening in Delray was east of Swinton Avenue, which is near the Intracoastal Highway going out toward the bridge and to the ocean. That's where most people were coming in and establishing themselves for commercial real estate, also building some luxury homes, and most people wanted to be closer to the beach. But over the last 10 years, a lot of those development parcels have either been developed, or residential communities have no more land, so property values have continued to increase. And today investors are seeking where the next part of Delray is going to develop, and that happens to be the settlement district. And imagine, in between I-95 and Swinton Avenue is a 1,000 acre piece of land that is primarily single family residential homes. There's still some land left available. You can buy some land and build a home, but not in quantity. So what people are looking at doing now is, you can't find inexpensive homes. Matter of fact, you can barely find homes under $500,000 east of Swinton Avenue. But if you look in the settlement district area, there's still lots of homes under $500,000, quite a few under $400,000. And every now and then you'll find a house under $300,000. So clearly the path of development is to find less expensive homes, less expensive land, and for investors who are looking to invest over the next 5, 7, 10 years, you can buy relatively inexpensive compared to the rest of Delray that's already been developed, and stake your claim right now in a home in this part of town. So without waiting too much longer, today I concentrated my tour on the south side of Atlantic Avenue along the Swinton Boulevard area. So I would call it the southeastern section of the settlement area. I covered about 10 square blocks to give you a perspective of what some of the streets look like, what some of the homes are. And over the next couple of videos, I'll give you a tour of the northern area where the tennis courts are. That's also part of the West Settlers Historic District, and what's happening on Atlantic Avenue and other areas. So today, let's just take a look at one area. Hope you enjoy the tour. And at the end, I'll give you some other information that might be useful to you. Let's take a look. And one of the things you'll see is a lot of new homes, such as this one being built here in West Settlers that's popping up in the last 2 years, since about 2018, nestled in amongst, some of the old historical areas. You have lots of churches coming here, the House of God, just on this one city block, which is on the corner of Southwest 5th Avenue and 4th Street. You have about 3 different types of churches, but you've got lots of cute homes. And I'm moving south, and you can tell there's just a good mix of old style homes and some new development. Brand new home here, nestled in with some, older 40 and 50-year-old homes in the neighborhood. Fourth Avenue and 5th Street, you have the Delray Beach Parks and Recs area on the north side, and you have just a really nice little quaint neighborhood here with a mixture of older style homes with nicely manicured neighborhoods. Part of the West Settlement District is quite old, but we're seeing a lot of homes being built inside it that are meeting some of the needs of today's consumers. As we know, or if you don't know, the West Settlement District is part of the heritage of Delray Beach. It's where folks settled here back 50, 100 years ago in the early 1900s. And we have Merritt Park, which is right across from the Delray Public Works area. As we're heading east towards Swinton Avenue, head north onto 1st Avenue. And you can see just some of the streets are nicely lined with lots of foliage and trees. It's certainly an older area, but the proximity to downtown, we're in downtown, but we're only, 4 blocks south, 1 to 2 blocks west, which is Swinton is the main area. And, there's quite a few homes for sale in this neighborhood. Most of the homes in this neighborhood of West Settlers District, on the south side, start from around the mid 200s and go up to about $500,000. But a lot of upside. You can see just the mixture of homes that are developing in this area for an investor or a family who's looking at getting in with a 10-year horizon. The West Settlers District is certainly something to be considering, with a number of churches, the proximity to downtown Delray Beach, and as we get to cross Swinton Avenue, which this is Swinton, which goes north and south, directly across the street is where things change considerably. So to only have a 2 to 3 minute drive to downtown restaurants and all the action, or just a short bike ride, or call it a 10-minute, 15-minute walk, where you're right into the heart of the city. Just on the other side, the east side of Swinton, is where you get into a different real estate market. So that's today's video. Hope you enjoyed getting a small tour of this part of the settlement district area. Next week and over the coming weeks, I'm going to give you additional tours of the settlement district, mainly on the north side of Atlantic and up against I-95. Sometimes kind of hard with the phone going slow, 25 miles an hour, having a mask on for COVID and all those good things, but hopefully I'm getting better. Anyway, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. While you're there, smash the bell so that you get this information in your inbox every week. And keep in mind, the settlement district is absolutely today in the path of development. It's the area that is the least expensive in Delray Beach. It's still less than a mile to the water. It's a bike ride to the beach. It has all the restaurants still within bike ride or just a few minute walk to get to the downtown area. So the settlement district, if you haven't put this area on your radar, take down my phone number, 561-777-4089. Give me a call. I would love to show you around. I live right in this area. So for me, it's just a hop, skip, and a jump. And we'll jump in my car and I'll give you the best tour you can possibly have. Until next week, thanks.